Stop for a moment. Don't skip this video. Take a deep breath and be honest with yourself. How many times have you put yourself last, believing it was love, maturity, or responsibility? How many times did you silence your needs just to keep the peace? How many times did you abandon yourself while waiting to be chosen? If this question tightened your chest, stay with me until the end. Because today is not about external beauty. It's about the moment when a mature woman stops losing herself and begins to flourish. There comes a phase in life when a woman wakes up different. It's not anger. It's not coldness. It's awareness. She realizes she spent years living on autopilot. Caring, supporting, understanding too much, giving in too often. The mature woman was taught to be strong, but no one taught her how to be whole. She learned how to endure, how to hold on, how to adapt. And little by little, she drifted away from herself. Maybe you stopped listening to your body. Maybe you ignored your intuition. Maybe you convinced yourself that this is just how life is. But there comes a moment when something inside you says, enough. This is the awakening of the mature woman. She understands she no longer wants to survive. She wants to live. She begins to feel discomfort where she once tolerated, exhaustion where she once insisted, silence where she once over-explained. And this awakening isn't comfortable, but it is liberating. Because when a mature woman chooses herself, she doesn't become selfish. She becomes honest with herself. Write in the comments. In which area of your life do you feel you abandoned yourself the most? There is a kind of glamour that cannot be learned from magazines. It cannot be bought in stores. It cannot be copied. It is the glamour of a woman who has found herself. She doesn't need to seek attention. She doesn't need to prove anything. She doesn't need to compete with anyone. The mature woman who chooses herself understands she is not late. She is right on time. She has lived enough to know that beauty without truth feels empty. That companionship without respect is exhausting. That applause without connection never fulfills. True glamour is born when you feel comfortable being who you are. When you dress for yourself. When you speak your truth without aggression, and without self-erasure. This woman enters a room, and something shifts. Not because she tries, but because she is whole. She doesn't chase. She doesn't beg. She allows. And allowing is an act of power. Tell us in the comments. What does true glamour mean to you today? Sensuality is not youth. It is presence. The mature woman discovers that her body is not a problem to be fixed. It is a territory to be inhabited. She touches herself with more respect. She looks at herself with less judgment. She dresses with intention. She understands she no longer needs to be desired by everyone. She only needs to desire herself. When a woman chooses herself, she no longer accepts emotional crumbs. She no longer accepts confusing relationships. She no longer accepts being an option. She understands that love without presence is not love. That desire without respect is not pleasure. That connection without truth is not partnership. Self-worth is knowing when to walk away. It is knowing how to be alone without feeling empty. It is knowing that you lose nothing when you respect yourself. And that kind of security is deeply seductive. Tell me in the comments. How has the way you love changed after maturity? Maturity brings silence. And in silence, a woman hears herself. You have lived long enough to feel when something no longer resonates. When a conversation feels heavy. When an environment drains you. When a relationship becomes unhealthy. Feminine spirituality is not about religion. It is about alignment. It is about respecting your own rhythm. And that alone is a revolutionary act. For a long time, women were taught to rush. To keep up. To handle everything. To be strong all the time. But maturity teaches something different. It teaches that constant rushing disconnects. That urgency steals presence. And that living outside your natural rhythm comes with a silent cost. Respecting your rhythm means listening when your body asks for rest. Noticing when your soul asks for quiet. Understanding that not everything needs to be solved right now. It is about honoring intuition. That gentle voice that never shouts but always warns. That feeling in your chest that guides you before logic does. The mature woman learns to trust it. Because she has ignored it before. And paid with exhaustion, frustration, and emotional burnout. Honoring intuition means stopping negotiations with yourself. It means accepting that what feels heavy is not love. That what confuses you does not care. That what repeatedly hurts is not a healthy bond. It means stopping emotional self-violence just to maintain relationships. Stopping silence to avoid conflict. Stopping self-shaping just to avoid abandonment. Maturity reveals a powerful truth. No relationship is worth abandoning yourself. When a mature woman chooses herself spiritually, something realigns. She no longer loses herself trying to save others. She no longer feels responsible for other people's happiness. She understands that each person has their own path, their own timing, their own choices. She cares, but she does not erase herself. She loves, but she does not abandon herself. She welcomes, but she does not overload herself. She learns that helping is not carrying, that loving is not hurting, that being together is not losing yourself. And little by little, she becomes lighter. Not because life became easier, but because she stopped carrying what was never hers. She stopped owning guilt that didn't belong to her. Stopped sustaining stories that weren't hers. Stopped trying to fix those who didn't want to change. And that lightness changes everything. The body responds. Breathing deepens. Sleep improves. The gaze softens. The mature woman begins to inhabit her life fully. Now pause for a moment. Breathe slowly. And allow yourself to reflect. Share in the comments. What do you feel you need to let go of today? It could be a relationship, an expectation, an old guilt, a version of yourself that has already fulfilled its role. Letting go is not giving up. It is honoring your evolution. Maturity is the peak of the woman who chooses herself. It's when you realize you no longer need to chase what is true, because what is true finds you. It's when you understand you no longer need to prove your worth. Your worth is already written in your story, in your awareness, in your presence. It's when you stop shrinking to be accepted, because you understand that true belonging begins within. You become more beautiful because you are more aligned, more serene, more secure. The beauty of a mature woman is not in effort. It is in coherence. Your body responds to that truth. Your eyes light up. Your posture changes. Your energy reorganizes. And when your energy changes, everything changes. Relationships transform. Choices become clearer. Life begins to flow with less resistance. Now, I want to make a powerful invitation. Write in the comments, I choose myself. Not as an empty affirmation, but as a commitment to yourself. If you stayed until the end, something inside you has awakened. And once something awakens, it never goes back to sleep. If this video touched you, if these words met you where you are, if you felt seen and understood, subscribe to the channel Mature Glamour. Here, you walk alongside women who have decided not to abandon themselves. Women who chose awareness over self-criticism, presence over hurry, truth over appearances. Comment. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today. And come back often. Here, we choose ourselves. Here, we flourish. Here, we shine, together.